Welcome to this lecture. I am Professor Anupam Sharma, Head Department of Political Science and Human Rights, Indira Gandhi National Tribal Central University, Amarkantak, Madhya Pradesh. Friends, today I have my presentation on Citizens Charter. In this lecture, I will have focus on what is Citizen Charter, what are the main principles, and how the concept of Citizens Charter originated in United Kingdom. Before explaining the meaning of Citizens Charter, I would like to give a practical example. Being a user, we visit public organizations like post office, bank, and other offices also. Whenever we go in banks, we find there generally at the entrance they have one board or sometime maybe printed on a flags that what are the main services are being provided by the bank. For example, loan schemes, what will be the rate of interest, and what will be the rate of interest on fixed deposit, and other schemes or latest development regarding the schemes of bank. And there will be a phone number. Sometime we may find there that if we have any problem, then we can call on this number. And they also mention the committees like complaint receiving committee, or if there is any problem, then there will be a committee, and grievances redressal committee. Here I mean to say that whenever we find all these information at a time on a one board or a flag, then it is called Citizens Charter, where all the information regarding service provider are available there. It is a Citizen Charter. Basically, Citizen Charter is an instrument which seeks to make an organization transparent, accountable, and citizen friendly. In other words, we can say that it is a set of commitments made by an organization regarding the standards of services which it delivers. Means the Citizen Charter is an instrument which ensures the transparency and accountability and the citizen friendly or the promises made by the organization. It is all about that. My next point is that what is the importance of Citizen Charter? Why it was adopted? The first was to make the administration accountable and citizen friendly. How the organization can be accountable? What promises they made to the people, how they are accountable to these services, because the organizations, they are service providers and citizens, they are users or consumers who are availing all these services. It means how the efficiency of public delivery can be ensured. It can be ensured through transparency regarding the rules, the regulations, the schemes, the provisions which organization have. Then all should be transparent, so the people, the users, they may know all about it. To measure or to improve the services, we can say improve the customer services or public service delivery. How the quality can be improved? Quality in the sense, if an organization ensure that the services will be provided within a week, means it should be provided within a week. If it is not, then how the customer or user can approach to the organization? What is the mechanism to address these complaints, and what is the mechanism they have to receive the feedback, which is very important part of customer services. It is also a we can say adopt a stakeholder approach. A stakeholder approach means here not only the service provider is engaged, but side by side who are the service receiver or who are the users, they also have their participation not only in the charter's framing, but how it can be implemented in a better way, and how the users they can ask the questions, or how they can give their feedback, and how they can lodge their complaint also. So it's a basically we can say stakeholder approach in itself. It also saves the time of service provider and the citizens. Means here both they work on the basis of this citizen charter. Whatever services are being provided by the organization and how these services are being availed by the citizens, that is the point. It means it works not only for quality improvement, but it supports to the service provider and as well as the service receiver or the users. Those are the receiver. The first time this concept of citizen charters started in 1991. Time it was started, there were 6 principles of we can say this service citizen charter. The first time the citizen charter was started in United Kingdom, and that time we can say the main focus was how the efficiency or how the quality of services delivery can be improved. Before understanding the citizen charters concept and all these, we need to have a look what was the scenario that time. Basically the last decade, it was the time whenever public administration had its focus on new public management, means how the efficiency, economy, effectiveness can be brought in the organization, and that was the time whenever globally there was a focus on good governance, means how process of governance can be improved, how this good governance, the goal of good governance can be achieved, and there were certain focus areas like transparency, accountability, responsiveness, citizen friendly, consensus, rule of law. These were major focus areas of good governance. The whole we can say for whole objective of all these, that how the process can be more effective, transparent, where the citizens they may be benefited from all these purposes. So the scenario was that, and during that time the concept of citizens charter emerged into practice in United Kingdom. UK was the first country who started this. 6 principles of the citizens charter movement as originally framed by UK, namely for quality, how the quality of services can be improved. Second was choice. Wherever possible, the citizens may be given choices, and if they will have the choice, they can choose the better one. That was the objective. Standard means how standards can be maintained, how on this basis how organizations work. This means the organization should have their standards to maintain the quality of the services, value for the taxpayers' money, and account accountability means individual and organization in total, they will be accountable to their services. Means if organization promises to the citizens that these services provided within a time, 2 days, 3 days, or maybe 1 week, means it is time bound, and within this time the services must be provided. If it is not, then what will be the provision? How mechanism will be developed, or how it will work to address the complaint or the whatever we can say the issues citizens have in receiving the services. Transparency, rules, procedures, schemes, grievances, everything will be transparent, so the users or the citizens, they can be benefited from all these principles which is framed by UK government that time. Later on in 1998, 9 principles of service delivery were started, we can say, or later on these 9 principles were elaborated by the Labour government. That time government was formed by the Labour Party, so it is we make all the Labour Party government elaborated all these 9 principles. These 9 principles were set standard service, be open and provide full information, consult and involve, encourage access and the promotion of choice, treat all fairly, put things right when they go wrong, use resource effectively, and innovate and improve, work with the other providers. Means their time focus was that how the services can be improved, how the resources can be utilized in the best manner, and everybody should be treated fairly. People should have faith in the system, and important thing then with the how work with the other providers, is how the organization can work with the other service provider, and on the basis of all they can provide the best services to the people. This was the objective of we can say that time in UK. After UK, citizen charters was adopted in other countries also, although it was with different names, but other countries also realized whenever they will have the citizens charter in their country, obviously it will help to improve the quality of the services, because these countries have seen or have experienced the benefit or the advantage of citizens charter in UK. Because after 6 to 7 years or sometime 8 years, other countries realize that if they will have the citizen charter in their country, obviously the quality of the services will be improved, and citizens, they will be empowered, and citizens, they will have their participation in the framing of citizens charter. So in consideration of all these countries adopted the concept of citizens charter. These countries are in Australia, it was adopted as service charter 1997, Belgium public service users charter 1992, Canada service standard initiatives 1995, France service charter 1992, India it was citizens charter 1997, Malaysia client charter 1993, Portugal the quality charter in public services 1993, and Spain the quality observatory 1992. Here we can say, or we can see that these countries adopted the same concept, objective to improve the quality, service providing, and how the standard, quality, transparency, and accountability can be maintained during this service providing. So with the different name, the Citizens Charter was adopted by this country. In United Kingdom, they we can see there. Then there was a scheme of citizen marker. Citizen marker was the scheme. It was introduced in 1991, and the basic objective of this scheme was to improve the quality of citizen charter. Means how the citizen charter, now it has become mandatory for the organization. Now the next question was that how these citizen charters can be improved, their quality of services can be improved, whatever promises they are making with the people, how this can be improved. So to improve the services of quality, they started the scheme of citizen marker. It was a tool to improve the services of delivery, and there were a set of 6 criteria. These 6 criteria was basically how the citizens marker can be we can say standardized, and the public organizations, those were able to apply on the basis of 6 criteria. They were given opportunity to take the citizen marker. Means citizen mark will be there. It means these organizations are fulfilling the standard of 6 criteria which were made by the government. Means that time 6 criteria that they were more important, and it was you can say an initiative to improve the quality and to ensure the citizens participation, their involvement, and we can say involvement not only as a service receiver but as in a form of framing the citizen charter also. These are what basic we can say principles and the idea behind the concept of citizen charter at globally. But what was the achievement and what was the challenge at that time? First, the biggest challenge was how to make people aware about this citizen charter, because before starting, people or the citizens, they were knowing about the services, but how they can avail in a better way, how they can avail the facility of citizen charter if the promises made by the organization and not we can say promises fulfilling by the organization, how people can approach to this these organizations, how they can send their problems, how they can complain in the organization, and what are other organizations, they if they are coming with the citizen charter, how people may be aware about it. And the next challenge was that how these citizen charters, the content of these citizen charters can be updated time to time, because it is not mean like that if a charter, citizen charter has been prepared by the organization, it will work for a long time. It was not at all. The basic objective that these the information which are available on the citizen charter, they should be updated time to time, and their content should be updated, so the people may be aware about the latest information, latest we can say facilities, or we can say the services are being provided by the organization. And how this citizen charter can be adopted by the maximum organizations. Maximum organization means not only the few organizations will have the citizen charter, but how the all the organization can prepare their citizen charter, what will be the guidelines, and who will be we can say monitoring machinery, who will monitor all these organizations, that how they are preparing their citizen charter and how they are implementing it. Means not only framing the citizen charter was the objective of citizen, but how these citizen charters can be implemented in a better way. That was the idea or concept of goal of citizen charter. So not only framing but monitoring time to time, and whenever citizen charters are in the process of framing, how the stakeholders, they can have their participation, they can ensure their participation in framing the citizen charters, because citizens, they are users, they are service receivers, we know this thing, but who are the receivers, who are the users, their concern, their ideas, their problems should be incorporated during the framing of citizen charter. If it will be there, if all the stakeholders participation will be there, obviously the quality of citizen charters will be improved. So these were the basic challenges that time, and not only in United Kingdom, but in other countries, time to time they evaluated their citizen charters, and they we can say made the strategies to overcome all these challenges, and these countries started to work then how these citizen charters can improve the quality of services. With these words, I would like to thank to Africa.